Tro, what if I told you? Gen Z is not distracted, not lazy, not confused, but perfectly adapted to a world that no longer makes sense. This is the first generation in human history that didn't just grow up in society, they grew up inside an algorithm. And because of that, their psychology is completely different. The modular identity in the past, identity was simple. You were one person, with one personality, in one world. But Gen Z, they don't have one identity. They have many. One version for Instagram, one for friends, one for family, one for the internet. And here's the truth. This is not fake. This is evolution. They've learned to adapt to multiple realities at once, but there's a hidden cost. When you become too flexible, you slowly lose the idea of a core self. And without a core, you start asking a dangerous question. Who am I when no one is watching? The social mirror. Every human in history had something Gen Z is losing, privacy of thought. Before you could think, act, fail, how without the world reacting instantly. But Gen Z lives in a constant feedback loop. Every post, every action gets judged, liked, ignored, commented on. And over time, something changes inside the brain. They stop asking, what do I feel? And start asking, how will this look? This is called living inside a social mirror where your reflection is controlled by others. The attention myth. People say Gen Z has a short attention span. That's not true. They just have high standards. Think about it. They've grown up in a world where entertainment is infinite, information is endless, options never stop. So their brain adapts. It becomes a filter, fast, sharp, ruthless. In millisecond, they decide, is this worth my time? If not, they scroll. So the real truth is this, Gen Z doesn't lack attention. They lack patience for things that don't reward them instantly. Humor as defense. Why is Gen Z humor so weird, random, absurd, chaotic? Because it's not just humor, it's survival. They are growing up in a world filled with climate fear, financial pressure, social comparison, and instead of breaking, they laugh. They turn pain into memes. Because humor does something powerful. It lets you feel pain and without being destroyed by it. Irony is their armor. Trust shift. Gen Z doesn't trust systems, not governments, not corporations, not traditional institutions. Why? Because they've seen too much, too early. But here's the twist. They do trust people, creators, influencers, online communities. This is a massive shift in human psychology. Power is no longer top-down, it's peer-to-peer. Trust is no longer built by authority, it's built by relatability. Time feels broken for Gen Z. Time feels different. The past is always available. The present is constantly interrupted. The future feels uncertain. Everything is fast. Everything is temporary. Everything is replaceable. This creates a strange mental state where nothing feels permanent and everything feels urgent. That's why long-term thinking becomes difficult. Not because they don't care, but because their environment trains them not to. Performing authenticity. Gen Z values authenticity. Be real. Be yourself. But here's the paradox. Even being real has become a performance. No filter posts are still selected. Raw moments are still edited. This doesn't mean they're fake. It means reality itself has become public. And when everything is public, even honesty gets shaped for an audience. The AI generation Gen Z is the first generation that doesn't just use technology. They interact with it. They talk to AI. They learn from AI. They think with AI. This is changing the brain itself. Instead of memorizing answers, they learn how to find them instantly. The result? A new kind of intelligence. Faster, more adaptive, but also more dependent. Outro. So no, Gen Z is not broken. They are not weak. They are not distracted. They are the first humans fully shaped by a digital world. A world where attention is currency, identity is flexible, reality is filtered, and if you don't understand them, you don't understand the future.